Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are joining us from. It's today a great pleasure to have you on the call. So you can kindly drop your name and location where you attend us for today's class on building insurance analytical dashboard using Power BI. So we'll be starting shortly. All right, thank you for joining. Okay, Adesanwu Oluwakemi, you are welcome. So you can still drop your name and your location where you are joining from. Let's get to interact with you. Let's get to know you. Let's get to know where you are joining us from. And then you can share with us your expectation for today's class. And then I would still also like us if you can share our experience with the usage of Power BI and also our familiarity with insurance data. Kindly share on the chat if you are a beginner, advanced, or novice, or expert on the field in using Power BI, or for your familiarity with insurance data. Kindly drop if it's a novice, beginner. Let's get to know ourselves so that we can all learn together today. So Latifat from Kwara, you're welcome. Sunday Michael, you're welcome. Okay, Adesanwu, okay, nice to have you here. Adesanwu Bakemi from the States. Okay, you're beginner, don't worry. We help you to start very well today. Okay, so we are going to be starting now. So my name is David Akonji. I'll be the main page that will be walking you through today's class on building insurance analytical dashboard using Power BI. So these are our top cohort of free AI in everyday classes. So this class is used to support everybody who are looking forward to transit into tech or want to develop yourself, build more capacity in terms of analytical skill, data science skill, and become a proficient business decision maker who want to be able to use data analytical tools. So we are one of the stop channel for you to ensure that get equipped with the latest technology of the day that being used in businesses. So I'll be taking you through some of the classes that we have run in the past. So I'm very sure if you have gone through our YouTube channel, that's the Data Scientist Network YouTube channel, you have seen a lot of classes that we run in couples of days. Power BI, introduction to Power BI, and others. It runs on sales analytics dashboard, we build financial inclusion dashboard, we build several scenarios of dashboard that you can plug into to elevate your skill. So you can check our YouTube channel, which can help you get started very well. And also, we have various classes that we run on Python, SQL, Excel, Tableau. A variety of tools is being learned every day. So my colleagues will be dropping some link on the chat that can take you to some of our community group where you can be abreast of all our activities. So quickly, before we start today's session in 2, I would like to, for the purpose of people who are just joining us today, I will be introducing us to Data Science Network. I would like you to meet DSN. So about DSN, so DSN is an organization who is committed to raising 1 million AI talents and also to build a solution that can improve the quality of life and well-being of 2 billion people in the emerging market. And one of the ways we are trying to ensure that this vision and our vision is achieved is by creating a democratized learning whereby people can learn any skills of their choice free from our platform, and also to create a community that collaborates to ensure that so to ensure that people are well equipped with the latest technology and be able to harness the opportunity that all these technologies are bringing to you. So we are offering different classes of AI every day, which supports our commitment of raising 1 million AI talents. So also, our renewed focus for the year, for this current year, is to build more community for learning and research, product development for social impact. We want to be able to build a product that can develop and create more social impact. Then we are a partnership of organization who look for a solution delivery across all channels. So DSN has been our evolution in the last couple of years. From 2016 up to 2021, we've transited from learning community whereby we dominate in creating a learning platform community, and also research and social group application. We are in domain of that field as well. We create a corporate support and also create a solution deployment. And also in our ecosystem, there is opportunity for startup, and also we build a startup who we support through partnership and also for AI for national development. So these are different awards that we've received in the last couple of years. This is the Matter Impact Award at our Deep Learning DABA in 2019. So we, as I said, we are a research-oriented organization who have won several awards. So this is one of the academic papers that won an award, this postal award. So if you join any of our community, you have opportunity to be part of all these great things that we are doing in our community, and also in Data Science Network generally. So these are one of the social goals in platform that we've created to help the general public to know about data, to have a data awareness of how they use data in their domain, to help them prepare and also create some data fluency around their data. So also, for majority of people who are beginner in terms of AI, who want to transit to machine learning and doesn't know basic of AI, we have our first book published on artificial intelligence or Python programming. So you can get this book from any of our hubs or any of these handles that you are seeing. Some of my colleagues also be dropping the link to some of these to you on the chat. So also our hub is located at Yaba, Lagos. a point rate, Yaba Lagos. So, and it's open for a lot of activities. We have a robotic lab where people came in to do research and also try to create more knowledge domain in that area. And also, we have a training room that can accommodate people who want to run a training or want to rent it for any activities that require education and the likes. So you can plug into or check our website for more details on how you can leverage our hub for any of the activities you want to do. And also our library is open for usage, and it is free. It's not for any price. You just need to book ahead whenever you want to visit our library, where you can have access to a first class kind of book on different fields and different fields of life, which can help you to grow more understanding of your career choosing field. So these are one of our products that we have built, which has won international global recognitions. This is UNESCO IRC publication. So as I will be diving in details again, so these are different business models that we have built and we have shown our capacity on career tech, fintech, retail tech, edtech, platform tech, and health tech. So we have shown a lot of leadership and capacity in building solutions around this area. And not only we build solutions around this area, we train people to be very good in all this capacity. So for the majority of people on this call that they have idea on incubation or you want to start a startup and you don't have idea. So we have a startup incubation program that you can participate and join, which can help you to bring your idea into life and also support you in terms of our program that we have for building a startup from scratch. So you can plug, these are the current people who are just passed through our incubation program. So from the next, so you can apply on our website as well. So my colleagues will also be dropping the link to participate in some of these free programs as well on the chat. So these are supported, we are supported by world-class advisory board. So these are our advisory board who have been our backbone in supporting us in most of our activities that we run. So you can see them on the screen there. Okay, so without further ado, I will be diving into today's class, like getting us to major focus that we have for today, which means we are going to be talking about Power BI implementation, how we can use it to develop an outstanding report. It's not only building insurance analytical dashboard that the Power BI is being used for. Power BI is an excellent tool for any business, which we can use to explore insights. You can use to create high quality reports and also allow you to create your own analysis in a suitable way that it can be of a great outstanding to you in terms of reducing cost of buying some application online. Because some people want to use some analysis, they need to pay for subscription online for a particular application. You need to be subscribing monthly with a huge amount of money. But if you are able to master the power of Power BI and be able to use the analytical tools that the engine that Power BI embedded with, you can create so many applications, name it, and be able to get your results at lowest cost of price. And it might not even require a lot of stress for you. It's just going to be operating by itself and you'll be getting your data being updated and you're having your reports at real time. So Power BI is one of the business intelligence tools that help you perform it performs so highly that it is one of the best tools that I can recommend for anyone who wants to go into business analytics to be able to learn. So today, I would like to be speaking to, we have 7 steps in Power BI, which I would like to call it a roadmap, which everybody on the call today, I would like you to be aware of, which is, I hope you can all see my screen. All right, I can see some chat there. Sure. Okay, can anyone hear me now? Can you drop it on the chat if you can hear me before I comment once again? Okay, all right. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So I will not take much of our time today on today's class. I'm very sure that I've seen the majority of us on the call. We are being part of our program from all this while. I've been joining some of our program in the last couple of days that we have been running this program. So you are well acquainted with Power BI and how it's being used. But one of the things that is going to be our focus for the next couple of weeks is that we want to be creating industry use cases. We want to be building industry use cases of Power BI solution, whereby if you want to go for a job or you want to go for any aspect of life in terms of career-wise, you will have had experience even before you get that job. So today we are going to be building insurance analytics dashboard. So in the next class, we will be building on logistics, we will be building on oil and gas, we will be building dashboard regarding irrespective of any field. So we are going to be building dashboard in different fields so that we can all have a portfolio on those fields and then build more capacity to show that there is nothing we cannot do with the skills that we have. So first of all, today I'll be speaking to 7 implementation roadmap to effectively deliver a Power BI solution. And one of it is extraction. Extraction is speaking to getting your data from a source, getting your data from a particular source and taking it into the Power BI. That's what extraction means. Extraction, that's what it means. Let me try to. So that's what extraction means. So the next thing in Power BI implementation roadmap is transformation. So when you get your data from the domicile, maybe it's in the SQL database or it's an Excel format or CSV format. So when you import the data into the Power BI, that means that you have done extraction. So the next thing is transformation. When your data is being imported into the Power BI, it needs to be transformed into the usable formats. So you turning a particular data type into date, changing a particular coordinate into longitude and latitude, changing it to all those kind of things, editing a particular, removing null and the like. So that is transformation. That means you're already cleaning and shaping your data to proper format so that it can be effectively be used as you actually plan it in your work. So the next thing that we are going to be learning on today is modeling. So modeling aspect is talking to when you are creating or managing relationship between your data. We all know that for people working in sales that have productions, have customer database, have production database and the like, there is a need to create a relationship between people that sells good, people that produce good, and people that the customer database. So who is readily available to buy your products. You need to create a particular relationship between the table so that the table can talk to each other and they can bring related insights within each other. So the fourth thing that we are going to be talking to is calculation. So calculation is the fourth important implementation roadmap of Power BI. So when you create a relationship in your data model, there is a need to write some formula to make your results valuable to what you are actually looking forward to. Like now, you want to see a percentage growth, you can be able to calculate it. You want to see the total cost of growth, you can see it. You want to see the average revenue generated, you can see it. You can be able to do simple 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 × 3, or all those simple calculations in Power BI. It doesn't, you can start Power BI, you don't need to know a very high calculation before you can work with Power BI. Simple step-by-step guide can actually set you running. So the next thing we are going to be learning is visualization. So now when you have written your formula, you need to turn your formula and chart. You need to make it to speak to what you are trying to convey to your audience. So you need to use your bar chart, your pie chart. You need to use them to create visual impression. We speak to a particular problem you want to actually pinpoint in your report. So using your bar chart, creating a dashboard around it, making it to form a story. That is visualization. The next thing we are going to be speaking to, which the most important thing, is the distribution. So distribution is speaking to when when you have created your report and you need other people to access your report. It's very important that people can access your report after you have built your dashboard. The dashboard is domiciled on your desktop or your own personal laptop, but there's a need for you to be able to let people have access to your data. That's going to distribute to the last consumer, who is going, maybe it's your manager, it's your executive director, who need the insight from your report. So you need to find a way to distribute it. And not only distribute it, you need to give them opportunity to access it anywhere. So you can distribute your Power BI in player format. You have a mobile view, you have a laptop view, just like a computer view. So there's different view. We have tablet view, so it can be displayed in different way, so that people, any consumer that wants to use your report can be able to use it at any type of gadget they are using. So the last and most important thing that make Power BI more sophisticated than using Excel and the likes is automation. So imagine you working on a report, and every week you create that report again. You create the formula, you have to be going to your Power BI desktop to be updating it before other people see the report. So it is important that we use the tools that can help us automate our report. You don't need to, you build your dashboard, you connect your data, you write your formula, you get the necessary key indicator you want to be tracking, then you automate your report so that you can keep on giving you the result that you're looking for. So automation is one of the important things that you need to do in your Power BI roadmap to complete the evolution of the Power BI work. So these are just the 7 basic things that you need to know when working with Power BI. So now I'll be introducing us to the data that we are going to be using for today's class, and also introducing some newbies who have not seen Power BI before into some of these functions that we have spoken to. So I would let me see your excitement on the chat. Let me see how you are excited about today's class, and if you have questions, you drop in it. Some of my colleagues will be picking them on the chat. So let me quickly project my screen. So somebody, I hope you kindly confirm you can hear me clearly now. Somebody say, can you hear Adeyemi? Bookmarks say, can you hear me? But I think the audio is like. All right, so I will not be too fast. I just want us to quickly finish the introduction aspect so that we can go into so that we have more time to do a lot of things that we have in our table today. So that's important that we trying to fast track it. So let me put in my screen. Okay. Okay. So kindly confirm via chat if my screen is up so that I can. Sorry, trying to share the screen once more. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, my screen is up, right?
Yes. You can select.
Okay. I was thinking that. Okay. So today's data that we are going to be using is insurance application. We are going to be using insurance application database. This is the data. Let me open it. So this is the data that we are going to be using. So this is the data. The database for this insurance application has 4 key important tables that we need to note. It has applications which show how people are applying for the insurance, and also it has a customer who are those people patronizing the insurance company. We have a product. Product shows that what type of service does this insurance company offer to the people. That's another thing that we are going to be looking into. And the one last thing is the bank details. The bank details of all the people who are actually personalizing the insurance. So these are bank details. So looking at the application, we have a wide range of columns. We have nothing less than 24 columns. So let me just go through the columns. We have application ID of the customer. We have application type. We have customer ID, group name, our regional manager ID, margin array, capital, so annual interest income, collateral type. We have rating, expected loss, entire date, close date. Okay, sorry, enter date and close date. Covenant type, application error. So let me quickly speak to something that's general. When you want to build a dashboard or solve any business solution, there is something that is very important that you need to know. You need to understand the field domain. What is actually very important that you want to showcase in your dashboard. We can all see that this 24 column that we have here, we cannot talk about it, we cannot visualize everything on a single dashboard. But what are the specific things that you actually want to solve with your dashboard? So that is one of the things that you need to focus on. And then each of the column in your dashboard, you need to understand what they represent. You need to understand what they represent and what are the relationship between each of the people. You need to identify that. So in today's class, I'll be able to show you that, okay, these are the different tables that we have. We have the application type, customer ID, and the likes. But the major thing that resonates with me that we're going to be speaking to today, let me just color it. We are going to be talking about the capital investment that was used in the insurance. We are going to be looking at how this annual interest income, what is the story around this annual income, what is the what insights can we find from the capital and annual interest income. Then let's look at how people are opening insurance accounts. Let's see what other thing we can still look into. You can still look at you can look at the average enter date and close date, the rates at which people are opening the accounts and closing the account. We can look at that as well. We can look at that page 9. What other thing can we look at? Okay, this rating speaks to how people are rating a particular insurance. How each customer rates the insurance company. So these are the different things that we are going to be looking into. So we are going to be using them to create a dashboard. So these Excel, and I'm very sure that the majority of us on this call are not a novice to executive. So now I will be launching my Power BI. So for the purpose of people who don't know how to install Power BI, just go to your Google. Just go to your Google and type Power BI. So just go to Google, just type download Power BI. You will see different steps to download Power BI. And then if you are using a window, You can still go to your Windows Store, Microsoft Store on your laptop to download Power BI. So it's very easy there. So either way, two can work for you. Then you can still check some of our video on YouTube on how to download Power BI. So it's very easy, simple thing that you can just use to get it done. So these are Power. So I'm launching my Power BI page. Okay, so we are the version of this exam.
This tomorrow we are going to.
Okay. Oh, I think
this is a meeting. Is your camera on?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay, sorry for that. So now these are when you launch your Power BI. Sorry, everyone is muted now. So when you launch your Power BI, this is the interface that you see. This is your report page. This is the report page that you see when you launch your Power BI. You launch this Power BI, you see this. We have 3 important pages in Power BI, which is report page, table, where we have all our data, where you can see your data and their relationship, where you can build relationship between your tables. So, not to waste much of our time, I would like to introduce us to, we have different, Power BI has improved over time. We have different ways to import data into Power BI, like different mediums to import data into Power BI. So you can import Power BI from this particular box here, from this place, you can import, let me see, I can try something there. Okay, you can import it from any of these boxes that are seen here. Yes, you Power BI work on Android phone, work on an Android phone. You can use Power BI on Android phone as well. But depending on the question, you work on Android phone. So the link to join our Telegram group has been dropped to the chat. So when you join the group, the data set is there in the group, and the file that we are using for today's report, you are going to get it in the group as well. So I'm sure they will drop in the link to join our AI video on the chat so that you can get the data. So you can download, you can get your data through this module, or you can import data from any of these shortcuts that have been put here. But I'll be importing my own data from Transform. When you click Transform here, you can click this, you can see Transform here, and we click on Transform data so that I can. Yeah, you say you see the data on the group. Yes, after the class, it will definitely be dropped. After this class, you will see the data on the group. It will be dropped immediately after this class. So I've launched the transform window. So what the window I'm seeing on my screen now, the window I'm seeing now is the query editor, Power Query Editor. This is where you make some data shaping onto your data. You modify your data into the best way you are looking forward to. You can import, so if you want to import your data, you have to look at this place. I have new source, click this new source. You can import different type of data into Excel. You can, into the Power BI. You have Excel, you can import your Excel, you can import SQL Server data, you can import text or CSV data, you can import web data into the Power BI. You can, we have the Power BI has capability to import as many data as from different sources. You can see all the different sources that you can import, different type of data that you can import into Power BI. So just name it. There is a way, there must be a way you can import your data. So we have different ways of importing data into Power BI. So for today's class, I'll be using Excel, which is the data source that we have here. So I'll be using Excel. So I will click Excel, click Connect. So when I click Connect, so let me go to AI. So this we try to navigate where your data is. So this is my data I'm importing. So we advise that you watch the process, the step by step as you are doing it. So by the time we finish this class, the link to the video will be shared so that the data you have access to the data as well, so that you can practice and then share your feedback into the Telegram group chat. So the database I'm importing is application bank details, customer, and product details. These are the things that I'm importing. So if you click any of them, you can see the summary of what you are importing. You can see the bank details, you can see everything that you are importing. Customer, you can see products, you can see it here. So I'm clicking OK. So now that we've noted our data, so one of the important things that we need to do is to rename our table in a proper format. So let me rename my table. So I'm renaming to this. This is applications. So let me change this to bank details. Customers. Yeah, so the video recording will be shared to all the registered participants, so they can all have access to it, and the people that join the group, so that they can have access to all the other materials too. So now, what the next thing when you are importing your data, you need to look at each of your data. If it comprises any error or there's anything you need to work on the data. So looking at the data that I have here, we can see that application type, they are in the right format, no missing data here. No missing data here, what we have here. So all the data are pretty good, so that to keep us going, don't want to give us much stress. So looking at the bank details as well, I think all of them, they have their right data type. So if you want to change your data type, just click this top corner here. You can change it to any type. If the data type that you have is not the correct one, you can change it here. You can rename this one. If you actually bank name is not what you want to put, just double click it. It will give you the results you are looking for. Same thing as customer ID and product detail. So another thing, for majority of us, you might not see this distribution that you are seeing here. All this thing that is coming as a chart, this thing that is coming as a chart, you might not see it on your own Power BI. If you want to bring it up on your own Power BI, it helps us as we use it as pre-processing. If you want to look at have insight about your data, how it distributed across board, to give you your insight before you start your analysis. That is important of this. So for you to have something similar like this, you need to go to View. So on the view, you can see all these checklists. That is where we have it. That's where we have it. So if I will check them now, you see that they are living. You see that all of them are living. So I usually like to use it to get some insights ahead of my analysis. Most time I spend some time here to look at how I can create my visual and the likes, and it's pretty good. So this is how to. So another thing you can still look into your data is to check if there is error. You can see that all the data are valid, no error. So that is very good. So another thing I want to introduce us to, we've imported data through new source using Excel. So what about, there is another method you can use to create a date table. You can create a date table as well using some written formula that we call M code. So if you want to use that formula to create a date table, click on new source, click on blank query. We use this method to generate a date. So when this thing comes out like this, just click, make sure that your cursor is blinking, then click on advanced editor. So when you click advanced editor, you see this is what you are going to be seeing here. Highlight it and delete it. Go to your folder here, click on, you see this particular Power BI base table code. When you click it, you will see this code that you are seeing here. Highlight all this code. You don't need to edit anything on this code. It's just to make our work more faster in generating dates. So come back to your Power Query here. Paste everything into your copy. Paste it. You see there's no syntax error that has been detected because we've not altered anything there. Then let's click done. So it has given us a parameter table to get our date. So now for you to get your date, let's go to our bank applications here. Let's look at the starting date, the date that people apply. Let's see the date that it started. So let me, if I sort it in ascending order, you can see that we have it starting from 1/6/20, January 6, 2020 is the starting date. You can go up and click descending. Let's see the last date. The last date is May 9, 2022. Is the last days of this report, which means that this report is pretty recent. So what we need to do, go back to your query here, this query, just type the date range that you want to use. So 1/6/2020. So when you type that, you can type it here, or you can use this date, the calendar table that's showing here to pick your date. You can pick it directly, or you type it directly. So let me so I'm typing it directly. So we have it to be 5 pips of 9. Let me just put it to be 31st here, so that I can have some additional day. So your financial year starts month, let me put 1 here. It can be any of the months. So just put between 1 to 12 as your financial year starts month. So click OK. So we can all see that it has generated a lot of data for us. Instead of us spending time creating data formulas, so this has generated this for us on a single click. So the next thing that we need to do is that we need to rename this into date. We need to rename it into date. So we rename it into date. Let me shift it up by this. So guys, if you are dealing with a given number, if you are dealing with more than 1 or 2 tables, it is important for you to create a folder where all your table will be inside. So I'm highlighting all of my data. So I've highlighted everything. I will click move to group. So I'm creating a group where my table will be inside data model. So I'm calling it a data model. So now I can see that if you are dealing with enterprise data that has a lot of tables, you can see that it's going to make your model to be neat. You see now that if you want to work with the table, you can open that table, you can close it. So that is the importance of creating a group for your data. So when you are done with all your data cleaning, then I'm going to close this so that we can focus on building the report that we are here for today. So this is I'm applying the query. So now I've loaded my data. So what we have done so far, is called it is we've able to successfully implement extraction of the data. We've transformed the data. The next thing we want to do now is data modeling. We want to create relationship between our data. After that, then we begin to create calculation, then visualization. So now let me quickly look at the relationship. So now come to this relationship box here. This is the model where we will build your relationship. So let me hide all this. So for all these things that scatter here and there, if you click this box here, it will bring them to one page. So this is it here. So in data analysis with Power BI, there is something we call fact table and dimension table. Okay, so for somebody that has that, if the data is not clean, so we just need to clean it with all the functionality that we have on the Power Query editor. If it is to remove null, you can remove null. If it's to so all those aspects are there. You can just make use of it. So for the purpose of this class, so we are just focusing on this particular aspect of analysis. So now I want to create a relationship. So first thing one of the important things that you need to know when creating a relationship is that you need to know how your data are interrelated. How does your data, how do they relate to each other? So now I need to understand which customer ID, what relates my application table to customer ID, what relates my bank details to application and product to application and date to application. So what we advise we do is that we should click on manage, go to manage relationship here. You can see that this is the manage relationship here. You can delete existing, if you have any existing relationship, you can delete it and start all over again so that you can manage your relationship yourself. So I'm going to be clicking new. So when I click new, as I've said earlier on, we have different type of relationship. We have different type of table. We have dimension table and fact table. So dimension table, they are just like a subset of a fact table. Fact table at every app is like a central central database that other sets, let's say other tables, they have connection to. So that is the fact difference between fact table and dimension table. So for our fact table for this particular project is application. An application has other table inside it, has a relationship with other table. You can see customer ID, region manager ID, product ID. So now let me first of all pick on other table. So I want to link my application and bank details together. So what I need to do, this is our applications we have. This is bank details. The relationship between the applications and bank details is this. If you look at this ID and this ID, that's where they have something in common. Our relationship is many to one, which is a simple featuring relationship. Then you click OK. The relationship has been stored. Go to the next one. I want to build the second relationship. I'm using my fact table will be at the top. The fact table will be at the top, while the dimension table will be the one I'm selecting below here. So I'm selecting for customer. So it has even detected the relationship by itself. You can see it here. It has detected the relationship by itself. So let me click OK too. So the next thing is this. Let me pick applications. Don't have more time, but let me pick products. Product ID and products. Let me check. This is it here. So I'm building the relationship. Then the last thing is applications and dates. So between applications and dates, let's see. Let me use start date and date here to build our relationship. So I'm clicking OK. So click OK. You can see that our relationship has been formed. You can also see the relationship is effectively formed. So you can come to this place. And also, let's assume you want to rename any of these tables. You can double tap them or click these three buttons here. You can come to rename. If you want to rename it, it doesn't affect any of your work. You can let's assume we name it. Let's say we name it what name should we, let me give it a particular another name that we can see resonate with. Let me just put it loan date. Yeah. So, and then you can still go back to your query editor from here as well. You can go back to edit query. If assuming you want to do something on your data and you are not getting it, you can just go to the edit query. It will take you back to the edit query. And also, these are our canvas page, which is our report page. So to fill all the data, as I've said earlier when we started the program, you can fill the table, all the data that you have in your worksheet. You can fill them on this particular page. If you click any of them, you can see them, you can see all of them, you can see this, you can see loan date, you can see product date. So one of the things that we are going to be, let me put this forward, yeah. Sorry. So for this particular report that I'm going to be building today, so one of the things that we need to know is that we want to be our insurance dashboard that our clients can see how people are applying for the insurance and how they are being managed within their ecosystem. So the first thing I'm going to be doing now, I need to be writing my formula to be calculating some of the key things that we have. So if you look at the Excel table, I've already picked some of the things that I want to focus on: capital, annual interest, rating, the start and close dates against customer, product, and bank details. So first of all, before I start writing my formula, I need to create a measure table where all my calculations will be stored. So if you want to create a measure table, click on enter data here. So when you click on enter data, so you can rename it here, put key measures. So this is where your formula will be stored as you are writing them, so that it will not be scattered around the project you are working on. So you can see it here. So the next thing we need to do, so you can click these three buttons at the back and say new measure. So we want to look at how many people apply for this particular insurance. How many insurance applications do we receive? Let's type applications. So these applications, so how many do we have? So we are going to be using count to. So there is different way you can count a particular count how many entries do you have in the database. So one of them is count row or count A. They all give it similar answer when you use them. So I want to count application, which is how many data do we have in our application. So let's drop it here. You can see this is the electronic card. So we can see that we received 500 applications. So let me delete this column so that this comes to calculator a measure properly. And we can see that our measure is up now. So now let's calculate the next thing we want to calculate. Let's look at the capital that was installed into the amount that people have used to invest into the program. So which is this? Let's calculate the amount that people have used to like a capital investment into the program. So the next thing we are going to be doing is we create a formula. So the formula are just pretty simple. Let's look at insert the money people have insert front page. The amount that people have installed for this particular project. So capital is what you want to use. Then click sum. So sum had up everything in the table. You sum everything in the table. If we drop it here, you can see how it comes out. You can see how it comes out. You can turn it to card. You can see how it comes out. So the next thing I want us to calculate, we can calculate. Let's look at the average application approval per day. Like between the day they open their account and the day they close their account. Let's look at the average time frame that it took them to do that. So when you are doing any field of study that you want to create a Power BI report for, you need to understand what are the metrics and how do they calculate them before you can call into Power BI to do it. So approval for days. Average approval day. So if you want to calculate average approval day, so we are going to be using this formula. We call it average X. This average X here. So it compares perform calculation between more than we want to create a calculation for more than one column in a particular table. That's when you use this average X. So you do the calculation per column. So now let me just write this down. So we start to calculate the average arithmetic mean of a set of expressions, evaluate over a table. So what we are going to be doing now, we need to select the table, which is application. Then we want to calculate when we are taking our operation from table. So if you look at table, what is the aspect you want to do? we want to look at our close dates. The close date, you want to minus it from the date that the transaction was entered. So because the close date is higher than the enter date. So let me put enter date. So we can see, so we now we do so what this calculation is going to do for us is that it's going to find subtraction of these two dates to each other across all the column. Then average X, we now take the average of it. So it's like doing multiple things at the same time. So we can see that average is the average day it takes for approval for all the 500 applications that we received. So the next thing we want to look into, let's look at the total interest rate that people have collected from this organization. Let's look at the interest. Okay, let me click a new measure. Annual, let's calculate the annual interest. So let's sum interest, annual interest. You can see we want to look at the total annual interest that the organization has had the last couple of days. So you can see it here. This is it here. So we can also calculate average customer. Let's look at other thing that we want to look into here. So we calculated this rating. Okay, you can look at rating as well. Your annual application. So let's just leave this and use this so that we don't have much to do here. So the next thing I want us to calculate, let's look at all that we can calculate here to make our, okay, let's begin to build our reports. So let's look at our map. Let's see our map. Let's see how let's look at distribution of how this thing is being distributed across. Let's look at bank name. Let's look at application across. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this. You can see. So we can see as we drop the bank branch. You can see bank branch. So when we drop the bank name, you can see that we only have one data point. It doesn't give us any. It doesn't give us any information we are looking for. It doesn't give us. So that's why we choose the bank branch to see branch to see. You can see all the application that we receive by branch. This is it here. So let me calculate one more. Let me look at the rating that has been given to each of the bank. Let's look at the rating. Let's see the rating. Okay, rating here. Let's look at the average customer rating for each of the location. Average customer rating. Average customer rating. For average customer rating, so we are going to be using average rating. So there is one key thing I want us to take note of here. So I'll be speaking to that. We can see that when I was calculating the average approval day, I used average X, the average that had X behind it. And when I want to calculate that of customer rating, I only use only average. The difference between the two is what I explained earlier, that when you are using any of the people that have X at their back, like Summit, average X like this. What they are doing is that they need to calculate a particular, they need to do some calculation before they get the final results. Like now, this average is doing calculation between more than one table. So you cannot use normal average. So, but for this one here, it's calculating just only rating. So there is no need for us to use average X. So that is one of the things I want us to take cognizance of. So let me just let me put rating or replace with this average customer. Yeah. So when you have this one is in 2 billion, you format it, you come to data call out, come to display unit. You can display it in billions, you can display it in millions. If you display it in millions, this is how it's then display it in billions. Then you can come to, you can click on it here. When you click on it here, to change it, to put a dollar symbol, you can just click, you put currency. When you put currency, it selects, then the decimal place here, you put it. You want it to be at 1, at 2, so depends on how you want to do it. So let me put it to 1 decimal places as I don't need now. So this is here. Let me begin to do my dashboard plan on here. So let me do this one. So let's do some other calculation. Let's see what we can drop into this bar chart here. Let's see. Let's look at the application type by the total application. Let's look at the application type. Let's go to the application that we have. You see application type. Let's put this one out like this. Okay, this application type. It goes by total application. Detail, value, drop it here. See. So you can change the way this is showing. And then you change this. You come to legend, text of legend, and see where you can change color, position outside. Yeah. Let's check. Sorry for that. So what I'm doing now is I want to make sure that this label shows all the available data. So I'm going to pick all detail label so you can see all detail label here. So another exciting thing about Power BI now is that you can, let me so you can rotate this particular text here, you can rotate it to any form you want. You can see the way I'm doing it. I'm doing it to accommodate more space. You can do it anyway. You can rotate it. So let me first of all leave it like this to see if there is need for me to change it. Let me see if I can take this one here. Let me see if I can take this one here. So I'm copying and duplicating it. Let's look at the action taking of application. Let's look at action taking. So then go to action. Okay. So action here. So this action taken on application. So let's look at product. Action taken by product type. Where's product? Okay, product type. Okay. So this is product type. So let me. So you can rename them. Let's come to this place. Let's come to general. So if you want to rename the title, you will come to general. So when you come to general, you can see title, you can see effect. You want to do event. So you can just play around with any of the stuff here. It's actually pretty simple. Let me rename this one to application type. Application. So let me rename this one like application action taking. Action taking application taking an action taking an application. Let me use a label as font. I don't want it to be too big. So application type, I think okay. I've done the application type. Okay, this one is okay. This one is for product. So I want to do application by product type. This one is by product type. So application by product. Application by product. So let me drop this one to be a level 2. So let me just close them like this. Put them together like this, yeah. So put them like this. So the next thing we want to calculate, let's look at the trend. The trend that we have on this particular data. Let's look at how this is spanned across years. Let's see, let's put the data, how people apply over the years. Let's put it to this one, then let's put date, loan date, let's put date. Okay. So we can see that it's showing it in quarter. So what you need to do to change it from something like this, see the way it's showing it. So we want to change it. Just click on this x-axis drop down here. Click on this drop down. You see from date hierarchy, you change it to date. So you can see how the data is distributed over how the people are applying for the insurance over years from 2020 to 2022. You can see the way it is being done. So what I want to do, let me put a filter here that can help me mitigate. Let me for a year so that we can have a clear view of what we are working on. So let me make it a drop down. So let's pick 2020 as our case study here. This is let's check 2020. Let's check this. 3, 5. So let's look at the trend line. You can see the way the trend line goes, but let's pick this. Yeah. So we have these. We have these. So let's check if there is any other thing we can still do. So we've not worked on the application, but let's look at the customer group. Let's look at let's look for a cluster bar chart here. And can help us look at the customer. Let's see how the customers are making group name. Let's look at the group of customers that we have. And then look at the applications by customer type here. So you can see even customers. These are the customers that they have over time. Let's see this. I'm copying it and duplicating it. So let me do this. So next thing, let's look at we have done for the customer group. Let's do for the products. Let's do for the products. Let's go to the product table so that we can touch each of the fields that we are working with here. Look at this. Okay. Let me put, instead of using the products, we've treated products in this page. Let's not talk about the customer name. Let's pick the customer name here. Let's pick the customer name. So let's look at the customer name. So I think it's quite, so what we just need to do now, we need to be formatting this particular data here. We need to format it so that we can have the expected result that I'm looking forward to. Let me first of all reduce this one here. All right, so sorry for that short break. I was having a discussion here. So let me look at this. Let me look at let's see how this plays out. So let's use table as well before we now finalize the cleaning of our dashboard. Let's look at and pick some data for the table. So for the table, what we are going to be using, let's use customer applications. Customer application, where is customer application ID? Where are you? Application ID is customer name. Then know who is our customer and what is their name. Then let's look at the insert the amount of money they've invested into the program by each of the customer. And when we look at that, what other things can we still look at? Let's look at the number of days, the average days it took for our workers to approve their loan. Let's say, okay, average approval days there. Then the next thing you should look into, let's see what other thing I can still check. Let's look at the annual premium here. Annual premium. So this is what we have here on this table. So what we want to do now is that why is this? Check this. Okay. So this is what we have as our dashboard. But to format our dashboard very well, so there are some other tools that you can use to format your dashboard. And I would like to showcase one of them. You can use PowerPoint. You can use PowerPoint to showcase, to build some interactive dashboard, like to create a design for your dashboard to make it more beautiful. You can use PowerPoint, and then you can use Canvas as well. So I use Canvas. Let me go to this page. So I've created one. Let me go to where you. So I've created this particular dashboard using Canvas. Canvas is what I use to create the dashboard. So this is here. So you can use Canvas to create a dashboard. So my application will be coming to this page. My average approval days will be here. My sole coverage will be here, and average customer rating will be here. So the procedure is very simple. So let me just show you an instance of how it's done. When you are done creating it here, you can just create share, then you download it. So you can download it anyhow you like. Let me uncheck everything. Let me pick this. So I'll be downloading it. I will show you how to download it as well, how to create it. So this is it. Being downloaded. AI every day. So showing folder. So this is a file being downloaded. This is here. So you can see the way it looks. So this is here. So this is here. So let me go to my Power BI. So I will go and import it into my Power BI. So I come to a start here to normal page, format your report page here. I will come here, then I come to Canvas background. So when I come to Canvas background, I will select browse. So when I select browse, this is it here. I can see the image here on my AI everyday class here. So I will upload it. So this is here. So I need to change transparency to this transparency. You can see that it doesn't fit this place. Then I need to change the fitting to fit. So when I change it to fit, I can now see it now. I can see everything the way I have it. So I need to format some of all the things I've done here. I need to format so that they can all fix it into what I've designed as my dashboard. So now one of the first things I'm going to do, let me change all this card. I need to change remove them from category, all these category label. The value, let me reduce the value to something like 12. Okay, 12 is too small. Let's say 18, let's say 25. Then let me see that thing. Okay, I come to general events. Okay, come to effects. I will remove background. Then let me go to feature again. Let me change the color to white. So I put this one here. So I can see. So when I click this, I can just click it and click format. It can be applicable to other one. When you click format, you can do the same thing on other ones too. So this is here. This is here. And this is here. Okay. Okay. So for all these other ones, I'm going to change them to format their events. So I'll be taking this thing out of them. So I'll make their slicer head, let me make it to be white so that it can be visible. The text, okay, slicer setting, value, let me make the value to be white. So you can value, background on the value cannot be white, let me change it to something like this. Or we can make it to be white, actually make it to be white, and change this one to be black. Then you can have it like this too. So the next thing, let me format this one as well. Let me change the event. Look at this. Okay, the y-axis. I need to put the y-axis and remove it. Then the font, remove the font. Then this one to be white. And the next thing, okay, if you are done with y-axis, let's check the x-axis. X-axis to get close this. And then close out of x environment. And let's pick our data label. Let it be on. We can change the value, we can use the value of our data label too. So you can set that color to anything that you want. Let us assume we want to use this. Then let me change the background. You come to event to change background. Then the data label that we did, the color was still showing. Okay. Value. So the heading to pay. So application by customer name. So let me just put my customer. We know that it's their name already. So let me reduce it to what is the size that we use for this one? We use a level. So let me this one to be a level 2, and let me make it to be white. You can see now. So I can use the same format. I can use to format this. You can see that it's coming back on points. So this one is coming back on points. So for this one, let's see what we can do. Let me format it using that same procedure. So yeah. So it depends on how you just want your visual to be. You can just play around with it. So for some of you that say you have not got to see the data on the group, so immediately I'm done with the work, I'm dropping it there. So that's why you've not seen it there now. But it will be dropped there when the class is rounded up. So kindly be aware of that. So there is still another thing that you can still do. You can come to, so design of the dashboard is totally left to you in like any way you want to do it. I can add shadow to it. Let me add shadow so that it stands out. Then this particular one, let me come to remove background for this one. So you can change your bubble, you can increase your bubble size. So let's see this one here. So there is something I want to check on this date. This loan date. If you look at this loan date, this house is showing like this, like more, it's showing a long date format. So I like to change it to something very small. Months. Let me look at day, months here. Day, months here. I don't like this one again. Let me use this one. Okay. Let me check the chart for this week. I can change it. Let me look at. It's like this one look more better. Then let me look at the. Say, let's use this tool. Let's use this. I will have it. So at times, this new format paint can be really stressful. Just type color. Yeah, you will see the energy color that you might want to use. You see, it's going to be stressing again. So this. So the next thing, let me check. So the next thing you are going to be doing, let's format this other one here that we have here. Let's format them. So let's check their slides. Okay. Let's remove. I think we've done some other formatting here. So what we need to do, we need to change the background. First of all, let's up the background. Then the text, the label. We need to change the label color to white, first of all. So let me repeat it for the other ones. So yeah. So let me change this. Let me change their heading, their title page to white as well. I'm trying to, sorry that I'm a bit fast. I want us to finish before time on now so that have time for Q&A. Okay. Okay, let me choose effects, shadow, so that So let's take this product out. Let's take it out so that this sticker will be able to be big. Let's take this one. Maybe you should take this. Let's take this one here. Let's take this one here so that you can see if that size is normal, so that we not put everything on the page and everything will come up. So let me change this one to white so that you can see the edit. Let me put this on here. So yeah. So most of the time you want trades to get best results, like going to look at what you can do to make it more okay. So this particular one, let's command this table. Start to visual, let's check the value of this one. So here, let's see, you can remove the background. Okay. Property, let's change the background of this. Text format. Let's see how I check the style. I use no. So that it won't be straight rows. Let me use white on through here. And see this better. So I go to column header. So once you do the column header, it's going to format it. Then format it to white. And then put our background to be this color. This color. So I think it's coming out right now. And let's check this. You can change this thing to its map. This is what we want to see. You can adjust on your bubble to see. So I check color. Then all of that thing can still do on the map. You can change the mapping field to dark. So when you change it to dark, this is what you get. So when you change it to light, this is what you are going to get. So when you change it to green, this is what you are going to get. It depends on the one that I think is resonant with you, what you use to look now. So I think this one is somehow better than this one. So the next thing we need to do with this, all these lines, let's look at follow to each of these lines. Existing and for so let's and for that color. Check. Capacity development. Can use this. So we can just use simpler question like this. I just So how can we make this particular dashboard interactive in terms of, let's say, this particular one here? So this particular, I want this particular to show more than this application here. Let me just go to, so two tips that we have here, you can draw as more function, application, average approval, see total money that invested, annual premium, and customer rating. I still draw them here. They will all be showing. They will all be showing here. So you can see it here. You can see the annual premium here. So the annual premium, let me make it be in dollars as well, so that it should not just be currency. So yeah, I think that's cool. So we can just decide to make the bubble a big, more bigger, like, so that it can come out. So this map, we can just call the map. Let me rename it application by branch. So that's it. So let me turn this on to this. Thank you. Okay. So you can see the application over here. So I'm doing this. So for us to make this particular button more interactive, so you can just create. You can come to view, come to insert, click on button. So click on blank. You can put it here. Put it here. Then come to this place again. Copy those numbers. You want them to be responsive, like you want them to be performing an action. And from here. So let me come to okay. I think yes, okay, events, but come to events. So check something out of them, like border, to ensure that they are not showing border. Okay, let me check here. Style, icon. Okay, this border I'm looking for. I want it to show shadow, but I don't want it to show border. So let me use this. Let me use this format on this. Use this format on this. So I want to use filter on this. So let me create a filter. So I want to create a filter here, so that it will be coming out when anybody wants to use the dashboard. So let me use this menu as a filter. Let's see, is this one here. Okay. I really like this shape. Let me use this. Okay. 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 I think the best thing I can do is to use this one here. To use this one. This one is important. So I want to group it together. So that's now. So let me use this color. Let's look at one. Which color should we use? Let's use, yeah, I can use this color. Then border, I'm not going to use border. Bookmarks. So let me format this one too. Okay, can you put it border? So what I need to do now is let me check if SVA is working. Yes, no, so at the same time. Shadow. So this is what we have here. So let me just do something like here. So let us assume we want to use this. Let us assume we don't want to put filter at the top here. Yeah, we don't want to use this filter here. Because just to create a small filter that can do the word job for us here. I'll put it here. Okay. Computer, I just select, I just make it simple. Select by here, then I'll select by, I check the type of load I'm going to use. I check by application type, Let's say, okay, application type, so let's do it this way. So this is what we have here now. So what we need to do now is the test. Filter by so now the next thing we are going to do, then remove the background so that we can embed, remove background, then change the font to come here, change the font to white, then This is what I'm going to have. So there is this thing. Let's look at insert one more. Let's check for importing to help us close the back. Is back. Let's go back. So in case people are done with using the filter, they want to go back on the filter, you can just use this. You can use, let's put it here. And the effect of that, check event. Okay, that's it. So I think it'll be proper if we put a video below here. So this particular title for this visual is somehow by the page coming from here. Slides ahead is too big. And it's not going to work here. So we have everything done here. So the next thing we need to do, let's group it. Let's group it. Then you can copy it. Then come to this page. I'm deleting this, then I will drop it here. I'll drop it here. So anytime the filter, anytime you use filter, this one you are going to be seeing here. So this is here. So what we need to do now, let's create a bookmark. So let's go to view, bookmark, and selection. So let me close this one here. So I'll create a bookmark, open filter, close filter, access, use filter, use filter, use filter, hide filter, then recent page, set page. So these are the things that I need to use here. So for the use filter, so whenever they want to use filter, this is what they are going to be seeing. They are going to, this is going to come out. But I need to make sure that it doesn't affect the data. I will uncheck. So when you are using filter, if you click use filter, it will affect the data, which I don't want it to do. So I want it to, so I think this is okay. So what I need to do now, I'm just going to update. So for the hide filter, so when they select hide filter, so what I want it to hide all of this group. I want all of this group to hide, to be hidden. So I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to update it. So for the reset page, this is what's going to be happening here. So use filter. So for the use filter, this one won't be showing. So you just need to double check to ensure that all the things you've done is working. So now I will click this icon that I'll put on this home page. Then I will now go to format button. This format button that we are seeing here. I come to action. So on the action, I will click on, what I want you to do is that I want you to select a bookmark page for me. So this is the bookmark I'm talking about. I'm talking about recent page. So that's what I will be doing for me. So let me put a name there. So set home page. So that has been done. So the next thing, I want this one to come here. I'll say, okay. So checklist, click on action again. So when you click on action, click on back here, this action, there is bookmark we are using, and I want it to use filter. I want use filter to be it, so to be showing. Use filter. So let me call it filter this page. Filter this page. Filter this report rather. So that has been done. So the next thing, let me click it now. So now I've clicked it, you can see that it's working. So this particular small icon here, sorry, this icon that we have here, which is this small one here, if you click it, then you now come to this action. It's already working for back, but we need to change it from back to bookmark and assign another row for it. It's going to be a hide filter. Then I can call it so I can call it hide filter panel. So if I click you can see that it's pausing. So now let us know you are done with your report and work in your website. Like you want them to come to your website, check LinkedIn. Let's say you go to LinkedIn, say LinkedIn, your page, and that's what from here. You provide your then to this report here, for example, here, this place. Click on the icon on the action. So if you have to dump the URL, so you don't type the URL there. You can say connection is not next. That one we are going to have there. So that one we are going to have there. So I think we are done with this. So that's not the general thing on this report. Like, so with our dashboard, the next thing that we need to do is to publish our dashboard for the so you can check all this one up here. So everything really. You can save it, make sure that it's saved. So you can save your one. Then from here, when you are done saving, just click on you sign in. If you have not signed in before, come to the page. Come to the home page. You will see publish. So when you come to publish, you can put your any of your workspace that you are using. So you go there and you publish your reports. But one important thing is that I don't want this particular page to be showing on my reports where I created this button. I can hide it. I will not delete it for the purpose of the file that I want to share with you guys. So I will just leave it there. So let me publish it. So for the purpose of some people that say they don't know how to publish on Power BI reports, so I'm going to be showing you all this. So when you click publish, it's either publish on your own gallery. So either of the two is possible. Or you create a particular page for you to publish, then the report has been published on your Power BI page here. So you can see the dashboard here. You can see everything that we've created. So the next thing you need to do, you come to file. If you want to publish and want people to see it, like want to get a view page. So you can click on file, come to embedded reports. You come to publish to web, which is public. Portal, SharePoint, developer program. So let me use web. So create embedded report, you click OK. So when you do this, so the report has been generated. So let me come to this page. So please, you can drop your question and we take a question from here now. You have 10 minutes. So this is the report that we built. This is the report that we built. You can see if I use filter, if I click on filter is coming out where I use this. You see, I can now close this. Sorry, I can close it. You see now it's working. It's working. If I click on this page, take me to my LinkedIn page. It takes me to my LinkedIn page. If I click this one, it's reset the page. So that's very awesome thing that we have learned today. Like we've done end-to-end on Power BI. So here is the published, here is the report. So you can all have access to the report on the chat. So you can interact with it. You can interact with it. So I've dropped the link there. So I will be taking questions like, because maybe other people can ask questions on the group. I'll be on the Telegram group to answer your question. So you can kindly drop your question via chat. So as there are some addition, I noticed that this annual premium is not formatted. I can come back here, I can come back to my Power BI report. Then all I just need to do, I will just have to go to what is it called, to my feed, go to the annual, to that measure, go to premium, and we set the OB to be not good. I will set it to be I cannot see that it has been formatted properly. So my page, publish again, save. So immediately I publish, it will still reflect from everybody that is interacting with it. So let's begin to take questions. I think that's my side. So I hope you will today. So kindly drop emoji of your choice. Like, let me see the excitement that you have about what you have played today. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. So let me. So we can drop our question. Okay. Wow. All right. This is really engaging. I can see that we are all learning a lot of today's class. Let me just allow people to. Let me give people opportunity to speak. Like 2 people. Okay. All right. Okay, I said I want to say something about Canvas. So I'm just saying that you can build this similar reports on Canvas or PowerPoint. So let me quickly do something like that on PowerPoint. So on PowerPoint, just come to your shape here, pick your shape, do your shape design, just drop it, copy it, drop it, drop it. Depend on, ensure that your line are aligning like something very similar. It's very simple. It depends on number of cards you want to show. Depends on number of cards you want to show. You can take it closer like this. Then use this other shape. You can use this here. So we can do it very seamlessly. Let me see how the dashboard looks again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next thing, do your, so just something very simple like just very simple, something very simple like this. Depend on how you want it. Depends on how you want your data to just do. Just follow that model. Just follow that particular model. The way you want your report to go. Then this is where we have this thing. You can do it here. So that's how I just did it on. So then you put your icon or anything you want to do. Create a general one. Then send to the back. So this one, so let us assume this one is more. Let's assume this one is either of the way. Either you make it more. Either you make this one transparent, like let's say this one is this. Why this one is more darker, or you can make this one to be more like that. Depending on how you want to do it. Let us make this one to be like that, and this one. See, so you can see it. So it depends on any scenario that you want to do. So something very simple like you can see that it's something that I do. So it's something that's very easy. I hope I've answered your question. Let me check one more question. It's PowerPoint consider that. So that's just the trick. It's not very difficult at all. Okay. So you go. So these are the very difficult question. So if we publish on the YouTube, we have this. This is live stream on YouTube. Can you mention the join in the body instead of the report? So all those measures cannot be done on the query. You need to do it as a use measure to do it. So access to Power BI free, our committed is about to work with. So you can publish your data on Power BI for free. You can publish for free, but you need to have school email or organizational email. You need to have school email or organizational email. Can you show us how data is kind of error? So the data that was used, there is no error on the data that was used. There is no missing value. It's a clean data. Data use was a clean data. So if there is any error, you might need to do that. But this one doesn't have any error. It is a clean data. You can see that all those they are calculated. They are calculated. Just a demo data that we calculated just to show the purpose of this class. It's not the real data, but there is no it can be clean when we are doing the purpose of the data. Okay. So for this asking if I guess the recorded video, DSN YouTube, DSN YouTube. So you go to DSN YouTube page, see the exercise. It's supposed to be live streamed. Okay. You can see it's live stream on YouTube. You can access to it. So you can go to, okay, let me go back here. History. Let me copy the URL for most people. Okay. Okay. So this is it here. Yes, YouTube. So thank you very much for joining. So you can join our group as my colleagues have dropped it. Then I will drop the data there before the close of business today. Keep on right away so that we can all harness the opportunity that the session has provided to us. So thank you all for joining the program, for staying to the end of the program. So it's really, really appreciated. So looking forward to our next class will be happening the next 2 weeks. So there are going to be publicity about it on the group and all our social media. So our next case study that we are going to be treating. All right, it's great to have you all here. Thank you for joining. So I need to do already 1 minute, 1 minute late already. So see you guys next time. So as you are going, maybe the call, kindly drop emoji of your choice. Let's celebrate what you have learned today. Let's celebrate what you have learned today. Let me see some excitement from us all. Let me to drop my own emoji. Right. So I appreciate you all guys. Nice having you guys around. Nice having you guys around. We're looking for more interesting topics to treat next time. All right, see you. Bye.